My name is Letizia Paoli. I'm originally Italian, but now I'm working as a professor of criminology at the University of Leuven in Belgium. Well, I've repeatedly attended the symposium over the past few years, and I've always enjoyed doing it. I learn a lot about recent and ongoing research on crime and crime control in Europe and the US through the symposium. And then I think that another advantage of the symposium is that every year it focuses on slightly different issues reflecting the work of the prize winner. So that's a further attractiveness of the symposium. And I think that the symposium has done a great job in spreading knowledge about effective crime control and crime prevention policies. I made yesterday a presentation. I gave a talk on the deficient conceptualizations of serious crime in EU policy documents and in the scientific literature, and then presented two complementary approaches that I've developed with colleagues to address these deficiencies. So the first of these approaches focuses on harm, which is a central element in crime. And with a colleague, I have developed the so-called harm assessment framework, which is a set of tools and a multi-step process to apply these tools. And through this framework, you can assess the severity, the incidence, and the causality of the harms of crime. And our second approach focuses on perceived crime seriousness, and I've developed with another colleague, a survey in order then to measure these public perceptions of crime seriousness. Well, as apparent from the symposium, criminology has done a lot of progress in recent years in providing evidence about effective crime control interventions. But I think that policymakers should use evidence not only to decide which crime control interventions they want to use, but also more fundamentally to decide which forms of crime needs to be prioritized, and even furthermore fundamentally to decide what ought to be criminalized in the first place. And I think that my work addresses these policy needs. Namely, I'm trying to assess the harms associated with different crimes, and in such a way then provide policymakers with the evidence they need in order then to set properly their strategic crime control priorities. A second line of research focuses on the perceived crime seriousness, and indeed, there is now a survey running in Belgium, my country of residence, on random samples of Flemish citizens on their perceptions of crime seriousness. And finally, once all the data are collected, we would like to see to what extent this perceived seriousness of crime correspond to the objective harms of crime as assessed through the harm assessment framework. Yes, sure, not least because I'm a member of the jury.